Well, we're going to play a little game. Since you're so well for playing Blanche Devereaux, we're going to play a game called Devereaux or Devano. We're going to read you a Blanche Devereaux quote or a Blanche Devereaux quote, and you'll have to decide whether it's Devereaux or Devano.
Okay, now my assistant Brian knows every single episode, so I'll try not to cheat and look at it. Yeah. He does. Okay.
All right. First quote. Crying is for plain women. Pretty women go shopping.
Oh, that's Devereaux.
And you're right, Devereaux. By all means, move at a glacial pace. You know how that thrills me. Is it Devereaux or Devano?
That's Devano.
You're right, it's
Okay,
Miranda Priestley. I tried to trick you with my Blanche Devereaux reading.
You're confusing me.
Isn't it amazing how I can feel so bad and look so good?
That's Devereaux.
Yes, it is. Oh, and look at her in her lovely banana yellow top.
It's the color maize.
Yes, it is. I'm from the South. Flirting is part of my heritage. Devereaux or Devano?
Devereaux.
Yes, you know your Blanche, sweetie.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, that's a good one. That was when she went to a community center where you helped the kids paint that graffiti wall. I love you, but I love me so much more. Devereaux or Devano?
I don't know. I don't recognize that one. So Devano.
You're right, it is Samantha from Sex and the City.
Okay, similar.
God. I could vomit just looking at you. Is it Devereaux or Devano?
Oh, gosh. She could have said that to Dorothy. I'll say Devereaux. Oh,
it was actually Dorothy herself that said it.
Okay. See, I knew it was from the show.
So close. One last one, you can win it all.
If I could get the car.
If you get this right, you'll win it all.
Or just a piece of Lady Red's chicken.
Exactly. A piece of chicken from Lady Red is the prize.
I'll take a half-eaten drumstick at this point. Anything.
Like I'm the only person who has ever mixed a margarita in a sailor's mouth. Is it Devereaux or Devano?
I wouldn't know that has to be Devereaux, yes.
Yes. And you're right, it is. Yay! Lady Red, get me that half-eaten piece of chicken, because it's going home with VARLA Jean. All right, we're going to be back after a short break, but make sure you join us on Patreon/Hey Qween TV, and we'll be back in a minute. See ya.
Hey Qween.
Love celebrity gossip?
And Hollywood shade?
Of course you do. Subscribe to our brand new podcast, Hot Tea with Jonny
and Lady Red.
We read all the tabloids so you don't have to. I'm talking about Star, In Touch, Life in Style, National Enquirer, National Inquisitor. I mean, all the nationals. Subscribe to Hot Tea with Jonny and Lady Red now. We're back with more VARLA JEAN MERMAN. Pink and pretty. Oh my goodness. So among all of your other highlights, there's some fun ones that I thought would be fun to talk about. You performed in some incredible venues. The Sydney Opera House, Carnegie Hall.
Yes.
London Soho Theatre.
Yes, and plywood covered pool tables keep me humble. Yes.
God bless.
Yeah, everywhere. Yes, I know. No, it's I went to Sydney twice, and that was unbelievable. I mean, to perform there as well. And the Carnegie Hall. Yeah, I was in the recital hall though, so I wasn't in the main stage.
But it was still Carnegie Hall.
It's still Carnegie Hall.
Yeah,
yes,
exactly. We're not going to nitpick Carnegie Hall, sweetie. You appeared in the legendary Project Runway episode with Acid Betty, Hedda Lettuce, and RuPaul judging, where if you post the pictures of her judging, she will block you.
Yeah, I know. The thing is, when I know people really criticize, but in real life, it looked pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, that was so weird, but it didn't translate to television.
Not the same.
Not the
See,
same.
we all
not the
know
same.
that
And
it's
that
not the same.
I
yeah.
was I loved that show. So just to be on it was so trippy because you're in all the rooms and it was wild. I loved that.
That was the height of that show too. It was when it was on Bravo. Everybody was watching. watching, and when we talked with Acid Betty back a couple episodes ago, she said that people were just obsessed with it. To see any drag on TV at all was, you know, people, it was like the Drag Race cast being revealed, like which queens will be on the runway.
I can't believe they never did it again either.
I know,
it seems like they
right?
would do it every year. Yeah, it was great. But that's when my costumer in New Orleans, Cecile Casey, she said, "Baby, just leave him your breasts and he'll be okay." And I was the only one that did that.
Oh.
And he won. My guy.
That is very smart.
Yeah. And my mother used to always say, you know, nautical's always in. I don't know why. So, you know, I had to make that jumpsuit into a nautical thing, and it won. It won.
Did you ever pull it out, or they put it up? Did you get to keep it? You get to pull it out
It
of
was
the
hot
closet?
glued together at the end, but I think they donated them all to charity. So I think I know the queen who bought it. Somebody bought it online. Steve DeRoche, I think, yeah, a guy in Provincetown owns it.
Oh, well, you could always be like, I need that outfit, sweetie.
I couldn't get a thigh into that thing now. Are you kidding me? Yeah, I know.
You also played Rosemary Chicken on All My Children.
I was on All My Children.
What was that part, experience, and how did that come about?
It was, you know, they called me to audition, and I went in and did it, and it was, you know, it was what happened was some girl on the show, the main character was having a cologne line or something, and she was going to the party, and she was having a party, so she went to the park and was asking people, do you want to have a good time tonight? So they throw her in prison, and then I was in jail, and I had actually was supposed to have gone to Australia that year, and I had a really, really terrible cold and flu, and I was just getting over it, and so I had never done a soap opera before, and you go in and they tape the rehearsal. And so I'm in there and I'm talking to the main character, and snot goes flying out of my nose onto her breasts.
Oh my God.
During my lines. And then I was going this in the scene, and then they were filming the rehearsal and they said, we got it, let's move on. I was like, no, snot flew out of my nose onto the woman's breasts, and they said, we didn't see it. And then they showed it on TV, and you see the snot fly out of me. And then you see me going, like I have a cocaine problem.
Oh, Rosemary Chicken, how could you?
But they had me back. I did, and it's so funny. Soap operas have their own. I'm telling you, the power of television. Soap operas have their own crazy fans, or at least they did. And people would come up to me all the time and just call me Rosemary Chicken. It was just so odd.
Wow.
Yeah, but I think I did 7 episodes of that, or something like that. And yeah, they brought me back. They did a people's court kind of thing where she was in court, and I just happened to show up at the
Amazing.
Yeah, it was great. I love that.
Now, what about Lucky Guy when you starred with Leslie Jordan?
Oh, I love
What was
Leslie
that
Jordan.
experience?
It was so amazing. We did, it was a play, and it came out the same year as Book of Mormon, so we got 0 press. And the show was so great. It was so gay and over the top, and it written by Willard Beckham, and it was a beautiful, I played this country music star, and I'm a cougar, and I'm trying to, this kid has this hit song, and I'm trying to steal it from him. Kyle Dean Massey, who was on Nashville, the show Nashville.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I got to, you know, it was an amazing experience. They spent $100,000 on my clothes alone.
Right.
And William Ivy Long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to keep the wigs, but you didn't
I got to
keep the
wigs,
costumes.
yeah, no costumes. But they had one dress for me, and I'd come up out of the floor, and it was on a fiberglass base, and they just started spinning me around.
Wow.
I mean, it was amazing. Yeah, it was a great show. It was so much fun. And Leslie, I love Leslie. I've opened for him a lot, and he's, you know, an amazing, amazing entertainer and just amazing person.
Will we see a Lincoln Center revival of this anytime
I wish.
soon?
I know there's a recording of it somewhere. I wish they would release it, because it was really good. I have clips. I'll show you. I have clips.
Well, please do. Now, you have a lot of materials. Your 20th anniversary in P-Town coming up.
Yes, I'm doing my Under a Big Top show. Circus themed. Yes, circus themed show. And
so many big tops in all of your yeah, my
Yes.
yeah.
But I did that show in 2002, and so I'm bringing it back, but I'm changing it. But so it's my anniversary show.
That's pretty fun.
Yes. And I'm doing the whining with Peaches.
Those are going to be, it's going to be a great summer in Provincetown.
I can't wait. You guys got to come to Provincetown.
Now, when you are performing in Provincetown, do you do your show quickly, wipe off all your makeup, throw the wig, bury it in the sand, and head down to the Detox for some man-on-man action after your shows?
I wish. My assistant Brian does. Sorry, Brian. Sorry. That's Brian. And he hands out flyers while he's doing it, so I don't care. No, but you know, it's funny because I do my CrossFit behind the theater, so so all the girls have seen me, you know, Drag Race girls working out behind the theater. That's where I do it all in Provincetown.
Right behind the theater.
Right behind the theater.
Right behind. Forget the TikTok. Just head straight to the back of the
They
theater.
come to me, baby. I hide in the bushes all day long.
And when will that premiere this summer?
I think the Whining opens the first weekend in June, and my show first weekend in July, and my show opens the last weekend in June.
All right. Well, if you are in
Yes.
Provincetown or anywhere near it, honey, you got to see the legend, Miss VARLA JEAN MERMAN.
Thank you, guys.
Honey, we are so grateful to
I'm
have
so
you
glad to
on the
be here,
show
Johnny.
today.
Thank you.
And you've done so much incredible work and done so much for drag that, sweetie, you snatched the trophy. Yeah! And you've also won yourself, you don't need no TikTok, a lap dance.
Oh my God! Brush my teeth.
Yeah.
He smells so good.
Yeah.
What detergent?
He uses bottom for the freshest bottoms. Make it jiggle, make it wiggle.
How old is he?
Old enough. Lady Red, take us out with a black lady screaming.
You smell so good.
All right. Now, VARLA's going to stick around to play Loca Hall, so you're not going to want to miss that. Thank you, Miss Lady Red. Thank you, Adam Joseph. And mostly, thank you to our legend, VARLA JEAN. Yeah! We'll see you next time on Hey Qween. Bye, baby.